Hey, Erik Linask here at Interop in Las Vegas, talking now with Tom Noonan, who's with a company called Joulex. Tom, welcome. Good to see you again.
Thank you, Eric. It's great to be here and great to be here at Interop.
So, most of our viewers probably aren't familiar with Joulex, relatively new company. Tell us a little bit about who Joulex is.
Sure. It's really exciting to be here at Interop because we launched Joulex this week. Joulex is a pioneering new energy efficiency management company that provides a very, very innovative solution to reducing power consumption with a network-based system that monitors, analyzes, and manages any IT-connected device.
So there's obviously an awful lot of discussion these days about energy efficiency and network equipment, energy consumption, and those sorts of things. Who's driving that discussion? Is it the utility companies? Is it the business world?
Well, I think clearly green IT is a hot area today. You see lots of companies entering from all different angles, from the data center, from the building automation, lighting, HVAC, from the office network. Let's face it, energy is a $7 trillion a year annual industry. At $7 trillion, our ability to build systems that help us conserve can have a huge impact on the overall marketplace and reduction, not only in savings, but also in reduced greenhouse gases and carbon. So really, where's the discussion being driven by? It's being driven by businesses that want to reduce their energy consumption. It's being driven by utilities who simply can't afford to build another power plant, or it's being driven by governments and regulatory agencies who are saying we have to reduce our carbon footprint and our greenhouse gases. And ultimately, it's going to be driven by the consumer who's going to demand corporations to be more responsible with the sustainability initiatives that they have. So it's a really exciting market.
Sure. And obviously one approach is simply to develop and to implement lower energy consumption technology.
Sure.
But from the business perspective, once you've done that, there's still, I think, a lot more you can do, and that's what you guys are getting at.
Absolutely, Eric. The low-hanging fruit here, or the elephant in the room, as they like to say, is the fact that IT networks are never turned off. The power is never reduced. Systems like Joulex have shown that we can reduce 40 to 60% of the overall energy consumption on a distributed IT network. 40 to 60% of a couple of $1 million is real money, and we believe that kind of return is going to drive businesses to implement Joulex as a way to reduce energy costs, reduce the carbon footprint, and reduce greenhouse gases.
So when you say you can reduce energy consumption in the IT network by that much, how do you do that?
Well, that's the innovation behind Joulex. First of all, by being a network-based system, we require no costly or unwieldy software and device agents to be put on the network, put on each individual system. The Joulex system operates as a network-attached device. So we load our software onto a Windows machine. We monitor the entire network for energy consumption. We have an innovative policy engine that allows you to implement policies either on a time basis or event basis, and ultimately turn things on and off. Let me give you an example, Eric. There's 168 hours in a week. Most office buildings are productively occupied about 35 hours a week. That 135 hours in most organizations, the phones are turned on, the routers, switches, copiers, printers, PCs, servers, it's all running. That's unproductive use.
What do you mean by productively occupied?
Productively occupied means that there are people in the building utilizing the IT environment for the purpose of completing their job or their work.
Okay.
And so by being a network-based system, we provide businesses with the ability to very simply and easily install this system. It takes typically 1 to 2 hours to install it on a corporate network. And within the third hour, they're monitoring and saving energy just by being smarter about the way they manage their IT infrastructure.
Good. I want to touch on one more thing. How does your work relate to some of the smart grid initiatives that are out there?
Sure. Smart grid is a really exciting invention on the horizon, if you will. We hear a lot about the smart grid today. For our entire lives, the energy pipe coming into our homes, businesses, offices, etc., has been a dumb one-way pipe. With the smart grid, it's actually going to start providing utilities with real-time information about the demand. Joulex is really the last mile of the smart grid, so we are playing a critically important role with smart grid initiatives because Joulex is managing energy consumption down to the individual device, which rolls up to that smart meter, which then communicates back to the utility. So we're playing an essential role in the smart grid, and it's really exciting to see that our little company is so important in this overall strategy.
Excellent. Certainly an exciting space, like you said. We're talking here at Interop with Joulex's Tom Noonan. Check out Joulex to find out how you too can save as much as 40% of your network energy consumption. Tom, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Eric. Great to be here.